Today we are going to discuss another subtopic on the topic related to invertible matrices of the chapter matrices. The topic name is elementary operation or transformation of a matrix. Elementary transformations are actually of 6 types. 3 are the row transformations and 3 are the column transformations. These transformations are then necessary in order to find out the inverse of the matrix. Now we are studying 6 transformations. Again I am saying 3 related to rows and 3 related to columns. Let us understand what the first transformation is. The first transformation is the interchange of any two rows or columns. Symbolically, it is denoted as the rows are Ri implies and implied Rg, or the columns Ci implies and implied Cj. It means if given a matrix, you can apply two kinds of transformations related to interchange. The first would be interchange of any two rows, and the second in the same category is interchange of any two columns. Let us see what I mean by this. Suppose I have given a matrix and the matrix has some elements like A is equal to, the elements are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 8, 9. In this matrix has 3 rows and 3 columns. So we can find out the order of the matrix, that is a 3 by 3 matrix, that is 3 rows and 3 columns. You know that if I need to apply the first elementary transformation related to interchange. What is this? The interchange of any two rows or columns. So it can be done in manner as R1 implies and implied R3. What is the symbol? The symbol refers to interchange. It means you are basically interchanging R1 with R3. So what is the resulting matrix? The resulting matrix is a new matrix with a slight change in rows. That means only changing the first row and the third row. In the resulting matrix, the third row is the first row and the first row is the third row. Therefore, the resulting matrix is A is equal to, third row is the first row, that is 3, 8, 9. And the second row has no change, the same numbers 4, 5, 6. And the first row is in the third row, that is 1, 2, 3. The same process we can use the column operation also. That is C2 implies and implied C3. That means second and the third columns are interchanging. The first column has no change. The same numbers are there. That is 1, 4, 3. And the second column is changed to third column and third column is changed to second column. Therefore, the resulting matrix is 1, 4, 3, 3, 6, 9 and 2, 5, 8. This is regarding the first operation for the elementary transformations. And the next category of transformation, the second transformation says that the multiplication of the elements of any row or column by a non-zero number, that is a scalar k not equal to 0. Symbolically it is, row transformation is Ri implies k into Ri, and the column transformation is KCi implies k into Ci. Again we have a matrix, that is A is equal to 2, 5, 3, 4, 1, 2. You always need to understand any kind of matrix. Now here we have 2 rows and 3 columns. That is the order of the matrix is 2 by 3. So it can be divided into two categories, one for rows and one for columns. So here the second row is changing, that is R2 implies 4 by 5 R2. Therefore, the second row elements are changing. Therefore, the resulting matrix is the first row elements are same numbers 2, 5, 3. And the second row elements, first element is 4. That 4 is multiplied by 4 by 5. That is 4 into 4 by 5 equal to 16 by 5. For the second row, first element is 16 by 5. And the second row, second element is 1. That 1 is also multiplied by 4 by 5. That is equal to 4 by 5. Second element is 4 by 5. And the third element is 2. That 2 is also multiplied by 4 by 5. That is equal to 2 into 4 by 5 is equal to 8 by 5. Therefore, the third element is 8 by 5. Therefore, the new matrix is elements are 2, 5, 3, 16 by 5, 4 by 5, 8 by 5. The same operations are applied on the column matrix also. That is C1 implies 1 by 5 C1. Therefore, that means C1 means first column only changing. Only first column is changing. That is the first element is 2. That 2 is multiplied by 1 by 5. That is equal to 2 by 5. And the second element is 4. That 4 is also multiplied by 1 by 5. That is equal to 4 by 5. Therefore, the resulting matrix is 2 by 5, 4 by 5, 5, 1, 2, 3. Second and the third columns are no change. Next we have the third transformation. So let us again understand the third transformation. The third transformation is again related to both, that is the rows and the column. So we will study the third transformations in this manner, that is the addition to the elements of any row or column, the corresponding elements of any other row or column multiplying by non-zero number. The statement says the addition to the elements of any row or column, the corresponding elements of any other row or column multiplied by non-zero number. Here basically two terms you have to highlight it in your mind by reading. One is addition and other one is multiplication. And the third one is by non-zero number. That is symbolically it is denoted as both the addition and the multiplication. That is Ri implies Ri plus Krj. K is a non-scalar, that is a non-zero number. In column matrix, Ci implies Ci plus K into Cj. That means what we are doing is we are basically adding up and we are also multiplying with the other row. So we have to obtain a new resulting matrix. Again we have a matrix, that is A is equal to 5, 3, 2, 5. Here 2 rows and 2 columns. So the order of the matrix is 2 by 2. That means 2 rows and 2 columns. So we have to change the second row, that is R2 implies R2 plus 4R1. So here change only in the second row. First row does not get any change. That means the inverse of the matrix by row and column transformations, again R2 plus R2 implies R2 plus 4R1. Therefore, the resulting matrix, first row has no change, only the second row has the change. That is, the first row, first element is 2, 2 plus 4 into first R1, R1 is 5. That is 2 plus 4 into 5, 2 plus 4 5s are 20, that is 20 plus 2, 22. That is the first, second row, first element is 22. And the second row, second element is 5, that 5 plus 4 into the first row, second element is 3, that is 4 into 3, 12, 12 plus 5 is 17. So the second element is 17. Therefore, the resulting matrix is A is equal to 5, 3, 22, 17. The same operations we have to do in the column matrix also. That is, C1 implies C1 plus minus 4 C2. Minus 4 is a non-zero number. You have to use the positive and the negative numbers. No problem. Then, so you have to change C1, first column. That is, the first column is changing. First column, that's element is 5. 5 plus minus 4 into the second column, first element is 3. That is minus 4 into 3 minus 12. That is 5 minus 12 equal to minus 7. Therefore, first column, first element is minus 7. So, the first column, second element, that is in the questions, that is 2. Then 2 plus minus 4 into C2, that is 5. Minus 4 into 5, that is minus 20. 2 plus minus 20, that is 2 minus 20, that is equal to minus 18. Therefore, the resulting matrix is minus 7, 3, minus 18, 5. So the next one is an invertible matrices. Only the definitions are there. Definition: if A is a square matrix of order M, and if there exists another square matrix B of the same order M, such that AB is equal to BA is equal to I. I means the identity matrix. Then B is called the inverse of matrix A. It is denoted as A inverse. And the next one is in same simple theorems are there. So theorem 3, uniqueness of inverse. Inverse of a square matrix, if it exists, is unique. That is, a unique number is there. Next one, the theorem 4, if A and B are invertible matrices of the same order, then AB whole inverse is equal to B inverse A inverse. And the last one is inverse of a matrix by elementary operations. That is, let X, A and B be the matrices of the same order such that X equal to AB. We have to find A inverse using elementary row transformations using the equation A is equal to IA. So first we have to study the row operations and the column elementary transformations, and next day we will start the exercise questions. Thank you.